Hi all. This is rounding part 2, week 4.5 of Learning from Home. And once again, we are working on rounding. So let's read the question. Lisa is thinking about a number. When she rounds the number to the nearest 10, it is 400. Give 3 or more numbers that would round to 400 when rounding by the tens place. All right, so we have ones, tens, hundreds, and our number is 400. So now we have to figure out if we're rounding to the nearest tens, that's right here, what numbers would get us, or keep us rather, at 400 if we're rounding to the nearest 10. So that would be either 10 bigger or 10 smaller, but it would still be close enough that it would equal 400. Well, let's see how much of this we can look at. So if I start over here at 350 and I go all the way on my number line to 450, well, I'm trying to, stay towards the middle and do as much as I can with 400. So, if I remember correctly, it said that if I wanted to stay with the same, then I needed it to be 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. If I wanted to add one more, then that was 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this is my starting place. And I need other numbers that are still going to equal 400 if I'm rounding by the tens place. Okay, well, let me look at 400. There's a 1, okay, so the 4 would stay the same. That's going to work. Okay, 2. The 4 is going to stay the same. 3. There's the 3. Okay, it's going to stay the same. Go over here to 4. We'll go in here. 4 stays the same. That'll work. When I get over here to 550, that goes to 500. Is that going to work? No, not an option. Okay, well, let's look at this again. Okay, we're going to go the other direction. Okay, I have 9. I have 9 over here, so that's plus 1. So that takes me to 400. Yep, that'll work. Okay, 8. Yes. Plus 1 gives me 400. 7. Yes. 400. 6. Yeah. 400. 5. Yep. All right, so I have quite a few choices because I have 400 as rounding by 10, everything that's got a check mark. So if I look at all these options, all of those round to 400. Now, what if I had right here 340? What would happen with 340? Where's the 4? The 4 is here. So that means we would keep the 3 as the same. So that number would be 300. Can I keep 300? Is that going to give me rounding to 400? No. So my choices are numbers that I could write down as my answers right here. All of these. You can't even see all of them unless I move the board. 350, 360, 370, 380, 390. Of course, 400 would round. 410, 420, 430, and 440. So all of those are options. So if I'm looking at my paper and I'm trying to decide what answer I want to write, well, my answers could be between 350 all the way to 444. But let's just keep it as 440 to make it easy. Okay. But all of those would be correct answers. Any number in that set between 350 and 440 could be my answer. They would all be correct. Your assignment. Your number is 280. And I want you to tell me what numbers you would be able to use if you were rounding to the nearest 10. No, I'll make it easier. To the nearest 100. Okay? I want it to the nearest 100. What numbers could you use to round 280 to the nearest 100? That's your assignment. Be sure to use the tools that you have available. Remember, I said writing things down, pen and paper, pencil and paper. If you have a dry erase board and markers, whatever you can use, make it available to you. Use a number line. It's probably the easiest way to do this. Get your 120 board out if you don't know what numbers, if you're skip counting by 10. Because that's all rounding by tens and rounding by hundreds would be, is just skip counting. All right, so there's your assignment.